Support for Radio Friends comes from Columbia Healthy Smiles, the dental office of husband and wife team Dr. Batson and Dr. Abe, offering comprehensive and customized care to patients of all ages. Learn more by calling 573-721-9039 or online at www.columbiahealthysmiles.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, April the 20th. There's an old guy I've known for a long time. I don't mean you're an old guy. I mean, I've known you for a long time.
I'm getting older every day.
Yeah, we all are. Wally Pfeffer. And Wally, you brought along a buddy of yours. You want to introduce him?
Yes, this is Dave Baker. Dave is our event chair for what we're going to talk about today.
And we're going to talk about what?
Wine, chocolate, and art.
Okay, that sounds all wonderful. Wine, chocolate, and art.
Yes, sir.
We try and do a little bit for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
With the art projects, it's going to be in the Bingham Center on the 26th of April.
Uh-huh.
It's a fundraiser for our scholarship program that the local Boone County chapter does every year. We do about $25,000 worth of scholarships.
Really?
Each year for students coming to University of Missouri in support of Boone County students. And this is one of the events to raise money for that event.
So how much money do you think you'll raise with this event?
I've set a benchmark of about $5,000.
Okay.
But we do multiple events throughout the year, and each one of those contributes a little bit to it. And thanks to the leadership of people like Wally and others in the past that have put money aside, we've got a sizable endowment that we can draw some of that off if we have to.
So about $25,000.
A year goes to scholarships for incoming freshmen to University of Missouri.
So how do you decide who is going to get the scholarships?
Well, Susie Robinson is the chair of our scholarship committee. We get typically 125 to 150 applications. We have some readers who cull those down to about a dozen kids that we'll interview, and then we'll pick who we feel are the most qualified. This year, we're giving scholarships to 7 students, and that's where that total comes up. And it's enough money to make a difference, we hope, in encouraging them to decide to come to Mizzou, because these are talented kids who can go a lot of places.
Yeah, okay. So if people want to help out and if they want to have a good time, the event is when?
It's the 26th of April, and the Bingham Gallery on campus here.
So it's Tuesday, April the 26th, 6:30 in the evening at the George Caleb Bingham Gallery at University Avenue and Hitt Street, which is on the MU campus.
Yes.
Right next to Reinsberger Theater. People know that, too.
Yeah. So you can register online if you want at www.mizzou.com/art, wine, chocolate.
Yes, and we'll have a great evening, and we'll have a silent auction with things they can bid on, such as a dinner with the president and his wife for 6.
The president of the university.
President of the
Yes,
university.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we didn't quite go that high, but we got president of the university.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. I hope you raise that $5,000 or more, maybe $10,000.
We'll take every dime we can get.
You got it. Okay. Thank you so much for coming by, and best of luck, Wally
Paul,
and Dave.
thanks for having us, as always.
Okay. Now we're going to talk about Talking Horse Production. We haven't dealt with those folks for quite a while. I want to introduce you to Ren Atkins. Good to have you here, Ren.
Thank you.
Mallory Donohue. And you're doing a production that's called Fun Home.
That's right, Fun Home.
What is Fun Home about?
So, Fun Home is a musical adaptation of a graphic memoir by Alison Bechtel.
Okay.
So, it was originally a graphic novel that has been adapted into a musical by Lisa Cron and Janine Tesori. We were supposed to perform this 2 years ago, of course.
But then we had the pandemic.
That's right. So, you haven't seen us here for a while because we got interrupted.
Yeah.
But we're back. Ren and I were both cast in that original, iteration of the show. I play Allison. I am current day Allison, and Ren plays small Allison.
When
Okay.
she's about 9.
So you're about 9 years old,
Yes.
a small Allison, and how old is...
43?
I'm 43 in the show. There's a line. It's very specific. So-
Okay, 43 years old. So what is the show about?
So Allison is a real, butch and masculine. She's not very feminine for a little girl. And, I mean, she's a lesbian. And her father really dislikes that about her, and it finds kind of like the idea that he wants to change her, and he doesn't want her to be like that. And so it's kind of showing what the relationship between her and her father.
Okay, so she has a difficult childhood then.
Yes. Her father's a homosexual.
Oh, and he
And-
wants to change her.
Yes. He hides who he is for a very long time and does some real bad stuff in the time that he hides who he actually is. And he ends in a really bad way, but he just doesn't want Allison to, quote unquote, end up like he was.
So now let's turn to big Allison, 43-year-old Allison. So how does life turn out for her?
So that's the kind of what she's trying to figure out. She creates the whole show as basically a series of flashbacks to her remembering herself as little Allison, and there's a medium Allison who's not here right now, who's college age. So there's little Allison.
So there's three Allisons?
There's three Allisons, that's right. So we have little Allison finding herself, trying to understand why she maybe wants to act differently than her family wants her to act. There's middle Allison, who comes out in college, comes out to her family, finds love, has that whole journey of self-discovery. And then there's big Allison, who's trying to reconcile all this. And the real Allison Bechtel, who's, a real person, still living, still out there creating work.
So this is her story.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it true to form, or was it enhanced for the theater?
Well, in the show, she has two younger brothers, but in real life, she only has one brother.
Okay.
So there's a couple of artistic license things.
But is she satisfied with the way it came out?
Absolutely. There's a lot. In fact, it's really neat to play her, right? Because there's all this information. She wrote this book, Fun Home, about her relationship with her father. There's another graphic novel about her relationship with her mother. She's very well respected in the art world as an artist. And so she has this whole, she's trying to reconcile her journey of self-discovery, her father's suicide, and how that intermingled with all of her development. It's like a very interesting and well-scored therapy session.
How do you do the flashbacks?
Well,
Technically, how do you do the flashbacks?
It's the show is set in a round, and Big Allison is on stage for the entire time, right?
Yeah.
At her desk, she's reconciling all of this information while drawing the graphic novel, while drawing and writing it, and so it's basically just set with her looking back on all of these events.
And then the flashbacks are to the side?
No,
She's
in
this.
them.
She's like in the space.
Wow.
She's with them, having this time with them.
Okay. It sounds interesting. When is it running?
It opens on April 22nd, goes from Friday to Saturday of that weekend.
Okay.
And the following 2 weekends from Thursday to Sunday.
All right. www.talkinghorseproductions.org. Visit the website. You can buy tickets online.
Absolutely.
Okay.
$17
Thank you.
for
Thank you,
adults.
ladies, so much for coming by.
Thank
Break
you.
a leg. Okay. Bye-bye.